What's going on, guys? I am Simple Simon. I'm your comic book noob. Welcome to the Noob Rebirth.
What are we doing today?
This is Mark from Big City Comics.
As you probably already know. No, I'm not going to say hello unless you tell me. What are we doing? Still see what does he have to put up with?
Today, we're going to be talking about Star Wars.
Oh, how?
Oh. I have spoken.
Hi, Mark. I didn't do it.
There you go. Hi, Mark. I don't know if you know, but I recently became a Star Wars guy.
So you're jumping on the bandwagon?
Yeah.
You jumped on the bandwagon.
How late am I on this bandwagon?
Oh, you are so late. Your brother has like one of the biggest Star Wars collections.
That's right.
And now he's jumping on a bandwagon.
That's right.
I shake my head at this newbie. He's just become another newbie at something else.
Well, look, man, people have been saying, how long can you be a comic book noob for? Because I've been collecting comics for like 3 years now. So
you're going to change
This
now?
is the next phase of the noob.
You're going to change your
Star Wars noob. This is going to be like all Star Wars content from here on out. It's kind of fun though to have a whole new thing to be interested in though.
Okay.
So I know I've been a broken record when it comes to this. Broken record when it comes to this. Yeah, if you don't know, I always loved the original trilogy of Star Wars, but when episode 1 came out, I realized I didn't want to be a Star Wars guy because I didn't care for the characters and stuff like that, right? And then obviously recently watching Mandalorian, Boba Fett, I'm really fascinated with it all. So
yeah, well, I think you should do yourself a favor as well and watch the Clone Wars. It's a hard ask because it's like 6 seasons.
Yeah,
or something like that.
That puts me off.
But it's all content, man.
So you reckon I should watch that? Which again, it's a lot of time to dedicate to it.
They're half-an-hour episodes.
Yeah.
Or 20.
How many episodes? How many episodes a season? 20.
No, I wouldn't say that many.
That's what I like about Mandalorian and Boba. 8 episodes is perfect. It's like, even if you've missed it, it's not hard to binge watch 8 episodes. That's what I really like about it. But I guess what I want to talk to you about is, what do you think is important to watch? So for example, Stuart Work was like saying, you don't have to watch the prequels if you don't want to. So what I did was I went back and I watched A New Hope, I watched Empire again, because obviously I love those movies, and I haven't rewatched Jedi yet. Then recently, Sarah put on Attack of the Clones the other night, and that was interesting. Go back to when it first came out as a big Star Wars guy back in the day, Mark with flowing locks of hair when episode 1, 2, and 3 came out.
Actually, I had no locks of hair.
Okay, no hair. It was just short, was it?
No, it was just no hair.
It was already gone?
Already gone.
Okay. Well,
well, 1999, 2000 was episode 1.
Episode 1 was that long ago, was it?
Yeah, absolutely.
What was your impressions of them when they came out?
I was blown away because, haven't seen anything Star Wars. I loved it. I didn't care. I just loved that they came out. Didn't hate them. Didn't like them like the original trilogy, obviously.
But you were glad to have the content back.
Absolutely.
I guess one thing, because I didn't watch episode 1, but I did watch episode 2 and 3. And the first thing that sort of, I guess I thought about when I was watching episode 2 is, the scene where they're going through traffic and they're jumping on cars and stuff like that. I was like, this is a very different Star Wars world. This is like, it reminded me of Fifth Element more than a Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
Because the world was so different. While I guess in the original trilogy, it's like a post-apocalyptic sort of thing, right?
Nah, more, it was just a galaxy that is controlled by an empire, which is all cut and clean and rules and, like these people trying to disrupt that and, want freedom and so on. But this is a different type. He wanted to create a different, like a pre-empire. Coruscant was just a planet. The whole city is a planet. I mean, the whole planet is a city. It's not like Tatooine where it's got pockets of a city. So it was just a different planet, that's all. Yeah, I don't know, I didn't think of it like that at all. I thought of it was just, this is Star Wars, this is it.
Did you have a favourite from the original prequels?
Oh, Empire Strikes Back, of course.
No, so not the, sorry, the prequels.
Oh, the prequels, sorry. I would have to say Attack of the Clones.
Okay, because I was a little bit confused. Maybe, I don't know, maybe because I missed episode 1. Episode 2 was a little bit confusing with all the politics and stuff like that. But then I watched episode 3 the other night and I really enjoyed Revenge of the Sith.
I've always said, looking back on the trilogy of the prequels, the story was there. He just wanted to sell. He wanted to sell more action figures, and he wanted to do. He at the end of the day, he's running a business as well as trying to be a creative. So that's how I look at it. And you know what I always say about businesses.
You gotta run your business the way you see fit.
That's right. And so, I mean, Lucas, he directed all 3.
Oh, he did all 3 of the
Yeah, he directed all 3.
Okay,
yeah.
that's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I've always said it would have been really nice to see at the end of the second movie to see Anakin in the Darth Vader suit, or even be Darth Vader, and then in the third film, him become him gain that reputation, him going after each Jedi, each member of the Jedi Council, one by one, destroying, and him gaining that reputation that he had, that we saw he had in New Hope. But we didn't see that, obviously.
You see that in comics, though, don't you?
That's right. So now you see that they're expanding that all in comics, and also in Clone Wars as well, right? In Clone Wars and in Rebels, you see how Anakin is becoming who he becomes. So Clone Wars is that gap between Attack of the Clones and Revenge. Dave Filoni, with that series, the Clone Wars, he just made the prequels are much better films, more understanding, whereas Lucas didn't explain nothing. He's never had to explain anything.
Okay, what are the more recent trilogies, the episode 7, 8, 9? Because I've only seen Force Awakens and I kind of enjoyed it. But your thoughts on
I'm going to be blunt.
Yeah.
Pile of shit.
All of them?
All of them.
Not a single one that you enjoyed?
No.
Not a moment you enjoyed?
Yeah, well, alright. So, Force Awakens I liked.
Yeah, I thought that was good.
Right?
I haven't seen
but the other two, I think they just lost their way. I think they got the wrong. This is opinion based. They just had the wrong creatives in charge. They bought the rights. They bought Lucasfilm. They wanted to put out a movie as quickly as they can, and they wanted to put a big name on the billboards for the box office, which was J.J. Abrams. I think that was a big mistake, because J.J. Abrams wouldn't have come to the party unless he was directing and writing. That's it. And that's probably the deal they made, and it shot him in the foot because he just wanted to make Star Wars his own. And I've always said their inspiration was different from Lucas's inspiration. So George Lucas's inspiration for Star Wars, for the whole universe, was the spaghetti westerns, the Kurosawa films from Japan. Whereas, J.J. Abrams and Disney's, those movies, Force Awakens and the other 2 pile of shit films, right? Their inspiration was, the first trilogy, the original trilogy. J.J. Abrams went in and pretty much made it his own. I mean, how hard would it have been, really? What would have been wrong with them showing the fruits of their labour? As in, for 3 films, they were up against the Empire. They overthrew the Empire. In the trilogy, they should have showed those 30 years of freedom, of the universe being happy and free. But instead we get these depressing trilogies. The whole 3 movies are depressing, mate. Everything is depressing about it. Han and Leia not together. Their son is a Sith Lord. Han dies. Everything was depressing. Leia is still fighting. So she finished fighting and she's still fighting. Like, it just makes no sense. Like, it's so depressing, mate. And then the other film is even more depressing. What's wrong with showing the first half of the film, everyone's happy, everyone's, well, what a great galaxy we made, and then come in the First Order, or whatever. I mean, look, what would have been the harm in that? Not one shot of the 3, of Han, Luke, or Leia in one shot together. Not one. It would have been nice to see them together, yeah, in one shot together.
So I guess what I gathered from, and this is before being a Star Wars guy, what I realized was a lot of Star Wars fans obviously were hating a lot of the Star Wars content coming out with the latest trilogies and stuff. But then all of a sudden Mandalorian came out and people were losing their minds.
Yeah, so the
what
difference,
was-
the difference is that the Mandalorian, you know, the Filoni and Favreau, the two guys behind the Mandalorian, is their inspiration is the same as Lucas's. The spaghetti westerns and the Kurosawa films. It's exactly the same, and their respect for what Lucas started and their respect for the expanded universe is to be respected, because you know they really think about things. They take their time and they think about the characters, and you know nothing is put into those films or into those shows for nothing. The Mandalorian was great, and it, you know the character they built was great, and the scenery was great. Everything was great. It was straight out of a spaghetti western. I absolutely loved it.
And Boba Fett, because again,
I love Boba Fett.
I feel like Boba Fett's getting mixed reviews, man. Everyone loved Mandalorian. I'm really enjoying Boba Fett. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, but what people don't understand, no one knows. Everyone has these misconception of Boba Fett.
Yeah.
You know, because I mean, the guy had 4 lines.
Yeah, that's why I
in
never
2
understood.
films.
Yeah.
So we don't really know shit about
The reason Boba Fett was such a popular character was just because of his design.
Yeah. Oh,
he looked cool.
He's the most deadliest bounty hunter in the galaxy.
You're not a robot.
Yeah, I am, and I'm doing C-3PO. All right. But yeah, I mean that's probably come from the books or from other comics. But in reality, we don't know shit about that guy. Like, and the thing is, the show is about him remaking himself. You know, and he says it in the show. When he's talking to Fennec, you know, oh, I don't want that life anymore. The only thing that life got me was, you know, in a Sarlacc pit. People who want to get me killed. I'm working for people who want to get me killed. So he's trying to change. He's trying to remake his life, and that's what the show. If you look at the description of the show, that's what it says. Not only are they showing you what happened to him, but they're showing you why he wants to remake himself. You know, he wants to become more honourable and, you know, and more and have respect, and because that's what the Sand People gave him. Basically, this is what I've said, is that people like not you, right, but people who have YouTube channels who want more views, they talk shit about shit they don't know about. And so they can get more views and create more controversy.
My whole channel is me talking shit about shit I don't know about.
You know, an example, just to get off the subject a bit, an example is these commentators hearing about Tom Taylor when he outed Jonathan Kent as bisexual. Right? There are all these commentators, you know, the headline was Superman becomes bisexual.
Yeah, all they said was Superman, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was a Superman. Obviously, mate, you're not reading the comic books. You're not into comic books. So, you know what? Shut the fuck up and read the comic book, all right? Instead of having an opinion about something you don't understand. When it comes to these commentators and haters, you don't listen to them. And if you don't like it and you're ragging on it, go out and make it yourself. How's that? Huh? Can you do better? No. So, you know, again, shut the fuck up.
And on that note, Mark has spoken.
I've spoken.
Alright, so that is all we have for you today. What do you think, Mark? How about we do a trilogy, our own trilogy here? Because, you know, there's a lot of Star Wars to talk about. The comic books, which I haven't read, but you've read a lot of them, right? Because you are...
Yeah, I read the War of the Bounty Hunters, which was pretty cool. And, you know, when you read the comic books, Boba Fett he's referred to as Jabba's lackey, Jabba's pet bounty hunter. You know, it was just not very respectful at all. So he hasn't got much of a reputation. And just to add, if he had some sort of reputation as the baddest bounty hunter, don't you think the Mandalorian would have recognised his armor, or would have actually said, Boba Fett, oh yeah, I know you. Shit, man. No, he just went, who the fuck are you? I'm Boba Fett. If, you know what I mean? Like, if he had a reputation, you would know who he was.
We're gonna get out of here because this guy's getting worked up. So
I'm getting worked up. I'm so passionate.
say bye, Mark.
Bye, Mark.
Until next time, keep it simple. Even your fridge is Star Wars, your ringtone Star Wars. Mark is a Star Wars guy.
I am a Star Wars guy. I didn't say I wasn't. So you would have told me, I would have bought my Stormtrooper helmet or something.
No, because I want to like pretend, like just hold it.
I have a lightsaber.
No, but I'm gonna edit them in onto the thumbnail.
I have a lightsaber.
Yeah, no, but I'm gonna edit a proper one in. Just like so, pretend you're holding, and I'm just gonna edit one.
Pretend I'm holding my dick.
Yeah,
Pretend I'm holding my dick like this.
Maybe if you're facing the other way, it'll be acceptable.
Bend over a bit.
It'll be acceptable.
Bend over a bit.
This is gonna be the bloopers.